Well, I'm back. Same day as the last video. I'm going to show you how I mixed up my potting mix. I'm all out of breath. The wind is let up. I have the name of the pots I put in the bottom of the bucket. Got them off of Amazon. You look up Hydroform Net Cup 3-inch. That's HYDROFARM space NET space CUP space 3-inch. And that should get you to buy these net cups. A dozen of them were about, I don't know, $6 or $7, about 50 cents a piece. You can get larger quantities for less money, but how many do I need for a couple of buckets? Okay, here's what's going on with my potting mix. I already assembled the first bucket with the dirt and the plants. Kind of a dry run to see what I had to do to make a smooth running video for you guys on this process. We're going to start with the net cup. Going to fill it up with my homemade potting mix. You fill it up and you pack it in, not too tight, just pack it in, but don't force it, just make it snug. Put it in the hole in the bottom. Then you put your pipe in, the angle side down, and then you start filling your bucket. This potting mix, I used Miracle-Gro potting soil. I used a bag of composted manure and compost. Used peat moss and perlite. Perlite helps aerate the soil. It's very light. I got such a huge bag because that's all I could get. It was only $11 for the whole bag. I don't know what I'm going to do with it all, but I'll put it in the shed, I guess. So now I take this potting mix I have left, I put it in my bucket, spread it down, firm it up a little bit as I go, fill it up almost halfway, using a, what is this, a Yoplait yogurt cup. See if I can just dump the rest of this in there. There's not that much. I'm going to have to make a whole new batch, and I'll show you what I did to make the batch. There. Half full. Snug it in. Now, I have, where'd it go? Fertilizer. You don't need a lot. Just a little bit. And every few weeks or so, you sprinkle in a little more. Got this at Walmart. Tomato and vegetable fertilizer. It's granulated. Let me open up the bag. It's got a Ziploc on it. I've already been in here. And you just take, I don't know, a little small handful, if that much, and just sprinkle it around on top of the soil. You don't have to mix it in. better seal it up before I have an accident here and fertilize my driveway. Although I do need more gravel, I wonder if that'll help. Make the gravel come back. Well, anyway. So now to mix my potting mix. I use this for a measuring cup. My ratio is 1 of each. 1 cup of potting mix, 1 cup of compost and manure, 1 cup of the peat moss, and 1 cup of the perlite. So we got 4 equal parts. So what I've been doing is putting in 4 cups of each. It's the same ratio, just sometimes it's a little chore getting it out of the bag. The 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it with peat moss. Had a helper at a camp I was ranger at. His name was Pete. It was a Girl Scout camp. I did them for a little while. The camp, not the girls. And everybody had to have a nickname. So the girls called him Moss. The Moss. It was a riot. The names they came up with. They didn't call me anything. I didn't play that game. Now get the perlite. It's very light and fluffy. If it's windy, it'll blow all over the place. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. Now I go to the other ones. I count out loud so I can hear myself, so I don't lose track of what I'm doing. The worst thing that can happen, especially if you're a cook, is you're measuring things and you're counting measurements of ingredients, and someone starts talking to you. That's why you see on these cooking shows, they have all the ingredients pre-measured and in separate little dishes. That way they don't have to worry about counting. They do it beforehand and then they're all set. I got another cough. Excuse me. Now, the only thing left is the manure. It doesn't smell like manure, it's composted. It's dirt. It's just like dirt. It doesn't smell, nothing. I was doing this in the back of my car, but I dragged it out here into the daylight to help make my video. Now, gotta do 4 cups of the composted manure. 1, 2, 3, 'Gotta break it up a little bit. 4, It's not rocket science. It's not going to hurt anything if a cup isn't totally full or if it's heaping. Just so generally you have 4 equal parts of each of the 4 items. There, I got it all in there. Now, to mix this up, I think I'll put it up on my lap so you can see it. Just go through it and break up the lumps. And then go down and scoop under and fold it up over. Scoop under, fold it up over. So it all becomes mixed. Put your hand under this way or under this way, whatever works for you. But just mix it all up till it looks delicious. That's all I want to do is eat some composted manure. I wonder if you gain weight eating that stuff. I got to work on this belly I got. Apparently I worked on it pretty good. It got this big. Only one way to get one. Eat. When you're retired and you're home all day, what the heck is there to do? Try to figure out YouTube content, stir up dirt, take a nap, have a snack, go to the post office. What the heck? What's the alternative? Dead. I'm not ready for that yet. Some days I am, but not now. My goal is to see how long I could go. I want to grow old enough to be a problem to my children. Little payback. There, all seems to be mixed pretty good. Like I said, it's not rocket science. Just make sure the lumps are broken up. It breaks up easy. The stuff out of the bag is, it's not dry and it's not wet. It's just a little damp, you know, so it'll help that wicking action real good. There. Now, time to put the rest of the soil in the bucket. Ah, dirty hands. Oh well. What do you expect when you're playing in the dirt? Try to keep your fill tube stiff, and when it gets up near, it starts filling up, it'll steady it. Some of the people I saw, what they did was they tie wrapped the fill tube. They drilled some holes in the side of the bucket and tie wrapped it to help secure it. I'm thinking about doing the same thing. Since I have my plants on my handicap ramp at the house, I'm thinking of maybe drilling a hole right through the tube, put the tie wrap through the tube, so if any children come over to visit, they don't grab the tube and pull it out of the bucket, because you pull it out, I don't think you're going to get it back in too easily. So I'm going to have to secure it. Now where's my scooper? Uh-oh. Lost my scooper. Here it is. In the manure. So you just, remember I already put the fertilizer in that first layer. And what my first layer was half a mixture. So this here's a full mix of what I've been mixing, the quantity. So the other bucket, I used that, and I had enough left to fill my second bucket halfway. So it all depends on what you use for a scoop. Time to dump it in. Then you put it in, just firm it, just so it's not fluffy. But you don't want it to be compacted either. You just want it to be firm. Yeah, Okay. Now, tomatoes, they will grow roots on the stem if the stem is buried. Take out my tomato plant. You pinch off the lower branches. It's not going to hurt the plant. And then you're going to bury it deep so you get more roots. Make a hole with your hand. That's about the size of the cup. Hold your fingers over the top. Turn it upside down. Out it comes. Put it in the hole. And back the dirt against it. Now, I'm going to fill this up to the first branches. And there'll probably be room to put some more soil in it later. As the plant grows taller, it can pinch off the lower branches. We'll see how this fills. Make sure you push a little harder around your fill tube to help hold it in place. And just put in the doit. That's Brooklyn talk. We got doit here. I think I'll get it all in there. There. All filled up. Pack it in a little bit. Now, what I also got here, some cucumbers. We'll see how they go. Trying to create easy maintenance vegetable garden. Because I don't want to mess around out in the hot sun all day long. These are going to be so easy to take care of. And I got I don't know what these are. I started them from seed and I didn't mark them. So I don't know what the heck I got going here. But I got 2 of them. So I'll just stick them in and what the hell, see what happens. They die, they die. I don't care. I'm not going to start plants from seed anymore. It's a hassle. Just as cheap to go buy them. Let somebody else start them. There, all done. Got a little water left in this. I'll just dump it in there. Wow. Now, I'm going to go set this up just on the other side of the camera, the way the camera's facing now, is where I'm putting these things. So I'm going to move this bucket over to the porch. I'll be out of camera range for a few seconds, and then I'll turn the camera around and show you what I'm doing over here. Oh, when you put your bales in, put it so bales are on one side, so you can pick it up. Pick it up by the lip. Okay, here I am up on my landing on my handicap ramp for the house. I have it up here. We got a lot of rabbits around here. And if I have my vegetables down on the ground, I'll be feeding the rabbits. I don't want to feed the rabbits. I want to eat the rabbits. So I take a gallon of water and pour it down the fill pipe. Now this is a whole gallon of water. I'll put it in till it comes out the overflow hole. I just put it in. It overflows, it overflows. Yep, it's overflowing. That's a good thing. Fill the other one. Dumping it right in. There we go. All planted. Come down around. Shut the camera off. Okay, so long.